guys have heard me talk a lot about empaths and narcissists and what happens when an empath is in a relationship or of any kind with a person who is a manipulator and someone who mistreats people. Something happens when the person who's been mistreated starts to understand the degree of mistreatment that they've had their whole relationship with this person. There starts to become this conflict in their head, though, that can be really upsetting if you're not prepared for what's happening. So while this is going on in our family right now, I wanted to use it as an opportunity to have this discussion because this is really important. I know a lot of empaths follow my content, so take notes because this is actual real stuff going on that might be helpful for you. So when the person who has been mistreated has the realization that, wait a minute, this is what's going on and I can clearly see that this other abuser is trying to manipulate me or continue the patterns of mistreatment that I'm no longer willing to participate in. Two things happen simultaneously. They react in either anger or disbelief, like, how dare you? How dare you talk to me this way now that I understand what's happening? But the other part of it is they still have that inner need to fix the problem because that's the role they've been cast in the entire relationship. They're the ones, these little sponges and barometers of other people's emotions, are constantly keeping an eye out to make sure that the person who's doing the mistreating and manipulation is always appeased, so that the person who it's directed at can manage that relationship in a way that helps their nervous system stay regulated. Unfortunately, once they realize the pattern, they don't want to continue to allow the issue to go on. So this becomes dissonance in their mind. On one hand, they're saying, nope, you don't get to treat me that way. On the other hand, they're extremely uncomfortable with the fact that the pattern is changing, even if it needs to change for the better. It's similar in a lot of ways to addiction. Not that we have any role at all in the fact that other people are mistreating us. I'm not going to say that. What I'm saying is our nervous system has become used to a certain dynamic. When we try to change that dynamic, our nervous system revolts. So being aware, when you start to change those dynamics, when you stand up and say, no, we're not going to do it that way anymore. Here's my boundary, and we're not going to go forward the way that you've been manipulating me anymore. Even if they don't say that logically and they just stop engaging, that internal struggle is going to ramp up. And it's really, really hard. We're going to talk about how to fix it though.